Bosh, right, there we go, finally. Fucking hell, it took so long. Mic on, screen on, trading view on. What we got cracking? Asian session sweep played out. Let's get this marked up. First of all, get the link out. Get everyone inside. Any action? That looks nice. Right, let me share this link. Ah, what the fuck is this shit where it's got like scheduled? I think that's when my live's fucked up. Right, I think that's live. Get people in. Right, let's get this charted up. Kick off the trading range. So, Asian, swept. Like that. Yes, Lewis, how we doing? So we had the Asian range sweep. Very nice. And now it's came all the way back. Interesting. Let's lock that up. Lock that up. Plot our box. Now I'm going to be quick with this because I believe we've got a trade approaching. So, if I saw that right, okay, we've left time for the Asian range to clear itself out. It has done, nice, and now we're looking to trade above this using it as support. So, this is a level that we might look to trade on the euro longs. So let's just check the other ranges like that. Cool. Got this one. So we've had a boost off sweeping that Asian range low. So yeah, longs would be satisfied on the 2 minute. It's the main idea we're looking for at the moment. Like that. How are we doing, everyone? We having a good morning? Jumping straight into things here. Still a little bit fucked, so pardon me. So this is a 2.9 pip trade. This is on the euro. See what happens, usual setup. So, prices swept the Asian highs, change of character beneath, nice retest of that as well, and then sold off. Could have got a nice trade off that if you were trading the Asian sweep. somewhere. Could have had a trade that looked like this. That's best case. We've seen these Asian sweeps lose quite a lot of trades. They lost a trade yesterday. They've been losing a lot recently, but this is a nice trade for them. Obviously that's best case scenario if you waited for that retest. I know a lot of people that will trade it off of this break here, sell that lower. Me personally, I probably would have taken the fib from there to there, like that. Caught a short on that fair value fill, stops above the high, TP's below the low. So that's a nice 3.7. When the Discord's ready, we'll start pumping this strategy out in the group as well. Just a little bit confusing for all the beginners at the moment with so many different strategies. It's a little bit like information overload. So in order for the group to be a bit more educational, let's just focus on the two best ones that we have, which is the intraday EMA strat, and then also the John Wick strategy as well, where we see the breaker structure, breaker substructure. So here we've got a nice setup. We've let the sweep play out, so now we're not going to be bound by those effects. We saw the low get swept, price pushed all the way back up to clear the highs, then it's pushed all the way down to clear the lows again, and now we're all the way back up at these highs. So the Euros had a wild start to London. So this is why I like to give it like an hour or so from when London opens, because the market open has like a crazy effect on price. So it's nice to trade like just before in this little gap here. Let me show you. It's nice to trade in this little zone of price there. And then also I leave it a little bit. If I'm trading London, I'm not trading like on this. Do you know what I mean? It's just too crazy. There's too much volume being pumped into the markets to really make anything of it. So we've left it a little bit of time after that. Now we should see some more reliable price. So price has broke above this EMA, used it as support a few times. We're looking for this to basically continue on higher, following our strategy. We want to wait for some candlestick rejections beforehand, not just blindly enter a limit order here. We do have a hammer candle or a spinning top there, but it's not really from our zone. So I do just want to wait to see something from our zone. What I might do is hop on the 1 minute instead, so we can see some more actual 1 minute candles. I don't know why my trading view's been a bitch. Oh, it's because my alert went off. There you go. So you can see the same thing. What we want to wait for here is a candlestick rejection from our zone. Ideally 2 of them on the 1 minute, or just 1 of them on the 2 minute. But we can see that from the 1 minute anyway, using the candlestick duality. We could trade this from the 78.6 for this one, depending where that rejection comes from. We'll see where the candlesticks reject, if they are going to. So that's not a rejection. As usual, need to do this thing, don't I? Waiting for confirmations, not a limit order. I want to see one more candle like that. Okay, so that's our rejection candle. Currently waiting for confirmations to get an entry from this. So I want to see 2 minutes worth of rejection. That's a nice doji printing right there. Current candle looks nice. Delete that now because I'm probably ready to go as soon as this one closes. Look for an entry back in on that. Wait for this 1 minute close. If it closes as is, then yeah, I'm getting a limit off the 78.6. Alright, cool, I'm in. Limit order. See if we get tagged into that. Send this one out to the group. Tagged in. Let me check my... Why have I not been tagged into that? Why is my price feed different from fucking TradingView? Eh? My Alpha Capital's not tagged me in that. Are they lying about their spreads again? Fuck's sake. This is a 4.41 trade. Oh, I put it in the fucking wrong group, you bastard. There we go. Now, Alpha Capital Group, apparently that didn't get tagged in. And it's the price feed looks completely different to what we're looking at on this, which is a fucking piss take. But we are in this, we're long. This is the trade. Right, I've market executed that since it didn't tag me in initially. See what happens. That's a valid trade. Got the EMA, got the rejections, got the fib levels, got the wave structure. Morning, Goran. Morning, Adlin. Morning, CM. Goran, did you catch the Asian sweep? I saw you eyeing it up in the VIP lounge. Looks like we had it. Sweep of the top, take out the low. It's not been playing out too well recently. I know it got stopped out yesterday, but that looks to be a nice 3R trade. See what happens with this one. Got a nice entry off the 78.6 today on the 1 minute. We've got some nice price action here at our entry. You see lots of wicks, lots of support bouncing off of that EMA. That's exactly what you want to see. You can see sellers turning into buyers in this little turning point of price. So we had red candles, sideways candles, wicks bottom side, reacting from that 78.6 fib, reacting from that EMA that we're looking at. So here this should be the turning point in the market. We're making higher highs and higher lows. Now we're basically just looking for this to be the higher low to push higher, make us some fucking money. This will be a nice 4.4R trade if this comes in. So let's just sit and watch what happens. Well, that candle ain't nice. Hopefully it's just taking out all the early buyers. There is no news today. Damn, that's boring. Oh, that's a nasty 1 minute candle. But like I said, hopefully that's just the sideways action, sweep, push higher. If not, we're going to be printing a lower low. Tapped in. Yeah, Goran got the 3R on the Asian sweep, that's nice. Need to take a look at GU. I don't like that 1 minute candle, boys. Can't lie. It's a valid trade regardless. Now it's in the hands of the trading gods. Spreads took you out. That's strange, because we're on the euro. Euro USD is usually the best pair for spreads. See what happens here. I'm not liking it. We've closed beneath the EMA, which is not a good sign. That's like anti-confluence. But we're still in this for now. You got to either hold to your stop loss or hold to your TPs. This month's been a bit off for me. I don't know what it is. We had a cracking January, but we're hitting a lot of stop losses this month. All the trades are valid, just happens sometimes. That's a good candle. Tweeze the bottom. If you want to be a pussy, you can close at break even and miss out on these gains. Awanda has a 1.5 floating spread on EU. Yeah, fuck that, mate. Fuck them off. EU spread on most brokers is 0, or like 1 tick. Let's eye up something else while that one's playing out. Get our 50 EMA back on. Let's check what's happening on the pound. Same thing, pound looks to have swept. So we got session range. Session range. That one's been took out today. Asian swept. Swept. Very nice. Taking out both sides of that. I think that's everything in question to bear in mind. So we've taken a high and came for the low. We've got EMA resistance lower, but we're not really making lower lows, lower highs there. This one's still floating. It's a little bit no man's land at the moment, the pound and the euro. Kind of just consolidating. Lows getting higher, highs getting lower. That needs a breakout. EU might be heading lower. Might get stopped out on this. We've now used that EMA as resistance, which ain't nice to see. Yeah, stopped out. Hitting a lot of stops this month. It's fucking annoying, but it is what it is. It's just part of trading. Right, SL hit. Minus 1%. Right, move on from that. Don't let it beat you up. Prices broke this low, so we're not obeying wave structure. Let's see what else is happening. We do have some nice EMA resistance on here. but we just don't have the wave structure that we need as confluence to trade it, which is a shame. But yeah, that's not something that I'd want to be selling. Let's switch this back to the 50. Yeah, you see that's now broke below. And we are kind of just ranging here between this range and this range. Hella bearish. No, not really bearish, mate. It's just kind of sideways, like you're bound between this range. Like you look at that move and you look at that move. It's hard to call that bearish. It's just sideways. Like right now we're consolidating. Our lows are getting lower, but then our highs are getting higher. So we're just waiting on this to break out in the pound to have some form of clear direction. We do have the EMA acting as resistance. Which might pop above and use as support again to go higher. But you can't really guess whether this is going to go higher or lower. You've got to wait for it to do that and then just trade it in that direction. Euro's broke beneath the EMA now. Looking to sell off now that we're breaking these lows. Let's clear that so it doesn't cloud our judgment. Yeah, we've used that as a new resistance to push lower now. If we get more waves from this, we could look to short that. But right now, it's just bouncing between these ranges. It's a bit annoying. It's not really trend-worthy price to trade. Day trading perspectives. Let's see. That's the overarching trend line on the upside. Like that. On the 1 minute. 1 hour, sorry. What else we got? That was one. Break structure. That's the break there. So I guess we want to wait for this to break as substructure. This 1 hour close below is kind of decent for that argument. However, I'd look for those to get swept out and take it from this high. That fair value gap's been mitigated, but it hasn't on the 4 hour. That's a big area of inefficiency. So from this high to this low, we can be looking at a level up here. If that is the low. What we'd want to see is price to come back up to this 71. Trade all the way down here. And that's within our trading range of that trend line. So there's a nice idea on the pound. Now that that's a 1 hour close beneath there. There we are. See what else we got. We were eyeing up the Swiss yesterday. See how this is developed. Break of structure there. Break of substructure there. That is your third break of structure. Could have gone more aggressive with it yesterday. Took a trade from that move. Since that is the wave, should have really shorted from up here yesterday. But hindsight's a bitch, right? It's a soda water, guys. Don't worry, I'm not popping the changs. So this is interesting. I think we've probably got a move on the dollar somewhere from a day trading perspective. We had that break of structure, we've had the break of substructure. Now this is our third break of structure on the 1 hour. Okay, so this move is probably gone unless we look for a retest. If we check lower on the 15-minute, from within this move, there's your correction. Okay, now that's broke beneath. This was your substructure, retest, sold off below. So we could look to take a move on the 15 minutes somehow. I just feel like it's probably not the best. I would prefer to stay for a move like this on the GU on the 1 hour. Reason we didn't take this yesterday on GU, we wanted it to pull back higher. So notice we have fair value there that's been left behind. We wanted price to actually come up and sweep liquidity from these highs and sell off. It fell short of that and it started moving down already. But we've been waiting for this for a while on the Swiss. You see price is bound between these highs and these lows. Now that we've had the trend line here break to the downside and then confirm lower, there's a huge trading range beneath all the way down here to take shorts. So no real rush. Price isn't just gonna drop like that. We've got a direction set up on the Swiss now, which is nice. So we'll be looking to capitalize on in the coming weeks for sure. Anything happening on these two today? Looks like GU's printing lower out of this little pennant. Price action looks terrible on these today, on the euro and the pound. Just fucking messy. The sweep was nice, and then since the sweep it's fucking ugly as fuck. See if we get any wave structure print beneath this for intraday. If we're looking on the 15 minute on the Swiss, that was your 1 hour trade. 15 minute broke, retested. You had this triple bottom substructure. So I guess we want to wait to see if this breaks. Set an alert on that. So on the Swiss, what else? Euro. Checking on the euro. Euro's not been moving too much compared to the pound recently. Here's what we're looking at on the pound. See how that compares with the euro. Trading range on the euro looks a bit more tight, to be honest. If we're looking from these lows to those highs, it's not actually... Yeah, it's kind of finding that support right now on the trend line. So, that being said, this idea of break of structure, break of substructure could provide us a nice confluence. Curious to see where the EMA is lying. It's above the EMA. Get rid of that. That high has not been taken out just yet. The candle body has. Probably want to see this break and trade lower rather than trying to squeeze a long out of that. If anything. In terms of Elliott waves, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the question is this fifth wave finished, or is this going to have a push higher from that? Because like I've just said, it's taken out the candle body high, but it's not actually swept the liquidity from the top of that. So we might have a final push up to take that liquidity at the top. We've left a lot of imbalance here in the form of this balanced price range. So I think even if price is going to push lower, it kind of wants to sweep that first. We saw the equivalent of this low get swept on the pound, which was here, this low. That got taken out. Hasn't done that yet on the euro. So the euro's a bit hit and miss at the moment from a swing perspective. It is behaving very differently from the pound. Huge difference in price behaviour from them at the minute. The euro is usually a little bit more reliable than the pound. Yeah, this is a very, very tight trading range. I'm just kind of looking out of interest on the euro. But I think we kind of want to just wait for this to break if it's gonna, or to trade back into this range here if it's gonna be long. I guess you would call this your third breaker structure. And then the same idea that we were looking at on the euro, on the Swiss yesterday, sorry, but on the euro now would be this pullback. Which is basically trading this breaker structure, this breaker substructure, breaker structure. You want it to see that extend higher. How do we like that idea? Let's look. It's the same thing we were looking at yesterday on the Swiss franc. Two different time frames, by the way. This is looking at on the 4 hour for a long on EU once it comes back to this level. The short that we're eyeing up is on the 15 minute on GU, so it's basically trading that pullback down which would bring us in on a long on the euro. The euro is in this trend line at the moment. I don't use trend lines too seriously, but they definitely do say something about the market. Let's go down under, check what's happening on the Australian. I don't know if that's valid now this high's broke. So we had a clear run of a break of structure, break of substructure. We had that third break of structure. Now that is kind of the fourth one. And now we want some form of a correction down. Maybe not that low, but some form of ABC. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need a correction. And that's probably the same for New Zealand. Yeah, break structure, break substructure, third break structure, still no correction. There you go. Those two are going to be out for a moment. Maybe that should be our substructure realistically. It was the first break below. Now we closed above. So maybe we're already valid for this, so price already corrected this. This one is also balanced price range. Didn't really break it though. That's the only thing. Came immediately back in, whipped off it. But yeah, if we can confidently close and break beneath yeah, wait for that one, and then it would be from these highs. there's a chance we catch a re-entry on that. Let's not ignore it. Might be unlikely, but it's not impossible. Sound alert. From a 15-minute perspective, break structure, retest. So if we get a break below this, let's say that was our break substructure. And then let's say this would be the third break. If that goes lower. Bit messy, but we know what's going on. A lot going off with the Swiss right now. Let's try to get some proper wave structure out of these two for the day. Maybe we can catch a short. Don't like this on the euro, to be honest. Not yet, anyway. Change it for the pound. Pound needs to rebalance. Print lower a bit. I like this on the pound. See what happens here. Got nice resistance on the 5 minute on the pound, but it's just not proper lower low, lower high structure. This is on the 2 minute, so just kind of need another one of these waves, and then we might look to sell it. So here what we want to see is if this will reject the EMA and make a new wave lower, like that. If we do have this, then we have some form of lower low, lower high structure, like that. And then we can look for shorts, because we'll have multiple instances there of EMA rejection. If not, then price is just fucking all over the place on this time frame, and we don't even want to go near it, essentially. So this is an important interaction that we want to witness. The pound has broke out of this pennant, so where we had highs getting lower and lows getting higher, this is finally broke out to the downside. Similarly, what we now want to see is some form of normality returned when it comes to price making lower lows and lower highs again, giving us a wave structure that we can trade from. So see what happens with this. This setup on the pound is probably the most short-term day trading setup that we're looking at. We've seen this structure on the 1 hour being broken, like that. Price is broke beneath that trend. Now we formed a low in the form of this 1 hour. Just line that up a bit better. If we're respecting all of these levels, yeah, so that was a 4 hour trend. So then when it comes to substructure, we're looking on the 1 hour. This was all just a little bit of like resistance to the down move, but we didn't really have any significant retracements from that. This is the final low of that wave that's provided some form of substantial return in price. So we are looking at this as a substructure. This level is now broken and closed on the 1 hour. We really just want to see this fair value here that was left behind in this form of a balanced price range. What is a balanced price range? Well, it's when you've got a fair value gap here on this candle which overlaps a previous fair value gap as well. And this is a massive area of inefficiency in price. Even if the pound sells off, we kind of want to see that area mitigated before a return back to the downside. So that's the level that we're watching if we're going to look to day trade today on the pound. This will also give you a nice classic head and shoulders pattern as well. We're also watching the Swiss dollar, or dollar Swiss. Seeing if this structure level breaks, and then we can look to trade that on the 15-minute if we get a pullback. Keep an alert on that. Waiting for that one to close beneath. See what happens with this, if we do form lower low, lower high, or if it's just retarded price for the day. Yeah, Adlan, you're right. With the GU trade yesterday, I closed off the limit because it was going past my trading hours. So I don't look to trade my intraday setup, which is based on the London session. If it gets too late in the day, like 12, half 12, and I'm not liking it, then I'll close off the limit because I don't want it to tag in the New York session, which it's not built for. Um, if you look at the sessions, like when you have a market open, you have just extreme movements in price where it'll often look to seek liquidity levels and stuff like that. So whenever you've got a trade on, like going into the session, you're just a lot more vulnerable to have your stop loss swept out as liquidity. So yeah, for my intraday strategy, I'll trade it up to around an hour or half an hour before New York Open, and then I'll close off my limits if I'm not tagged in by them. So yeah, nice to see that you're learning, Adlan. That was exactly right. So this is closed and broke above this EMA now. It doesn't look like we're going to follow wave structure. Just terrible, terrible price during this London session. This is also broke higher now. So yeah, this is not a very great price. There's no news today, no red folder news today at all. So there's probably nothing driving the price here intraday. These day trading setups are valid. Just want to wait to see where price moves really. Nothing of interest here. Just god awful price. Apologies guys. Fucking double monitors. We've got some rejection from this trend, but still nothing that I'd really want to be trading. You just don't have that wave structure. More interested on the day trade perspective. So we have this break structure, this break substructure. This is your third break structure that we want to go beneath. If we do go beneath this, let's say move like this, we want to again third from the high to the low, try catch that on one of these levels to sell short. I'm liking the idea of Swiss shorts. Got a huge drop if this is going to break out of this trend and go lower. So nice trading range there. For now, we've just got to wait to see what actually happens. Got a little bit of a push of price in our direction, but truth be told, we probably won't get these on an intraday level. So it might be worth just cutting the live off, to be honest, because all that we're really doing is watching the tick candles, which is quite a bad habit. Saying that, if we can get some more support from this EMA to the upside, then we might have something here if that pushes higher, catching a trade off of this wave. But we need to see another lower high, higher high first. So this is the only real idea that we have left of the range, and if we don't have that, then we'll probably cut the live. So let's wait for that one. These two are both still valid intraday, day trading, sorry, but we're not going to get an entry on this live for these. So we'll just keep eyes on. Got an alert on the Swiss. This is broke beneath that. This black line, by the way, is where I would have gone stop loss to break even if we entered on the original move there. So now that we've hit that level, I'm not looking to re-enter from that, basically. So that's the day trade for this wave out of the picture. What I mean by that basically is, imagine this was the trade that we were thinking about taking yesterday, but we thought it was a little bit too aggressive because we noticed this fair value above, so we kind of wanted price to come back up here somewhere before going lower. It didn't. It did respect lower, lower, lower high structure, and you could have got a trade from a level like this to trade price lower, like that. At this level here, I would have gone stop loss to break even, like that. So now we don't even think about getting a re-entry, because if the move now moves up there, the actual move would have just closed out at break even, so that's not a point that you want to enter the trade. Up until that point, it was very valid that we do just come back up, and it's given us a possibility, a second chance to get in that trade, basically, which is what we were looking at. But now this level's hit, we're no longer looking for that. So I hope that makes sense. A lot of people ask about, oh, if you missed the first trade, like when can I re-enter? is it still valid to re-enter and stuff like that. So that's my logic. If you did get in the first move, have you gone stop loss to break even yet? And if not, then yeah, you're fine to re-enter. But if you've passed that point when you would have gone stop loss to break even, you shouldn't look to re-enter, because a re-enter means that you would have actually stopped out for break even if you did get in before. So that's how I always think about it, and that really helps when you're thinking about whether you should still enter a trade or not after you've missed the first takeoff. So now we have this. We bias on this to go short. If we're looking on the 15-minute, we can see here was our corrective structure, broke beneath. Retest, broke beneath again. A little bit short, but that is a break on the 15-minute. Okay, price came up, filled in some imbalance, which was on the 1 hour, moved lower. So this is now our third break of structure. Wherever this low prints, okay, so let's say it's there in our hypothetical scenario, we can then look for one more trade of this on the 15-minute to go lower. So let's say it bounces there, we can look for a trade up to some form of wherever price was left behind areas of inefficiency. We are just going off of this hypothetical low, so we'll just use this 71% level for an example. We'd be looking for a trade somewhere lower like this, now that this level's broken. So that's setting itself up nicely. For now, as usual, we wait. Would I consider buying EU again? Not at the moment. I want to see. Maybe that is what I wanted to see there. Where we left off was like this price coming down. Taking out that taking out the Asian high once again. What I want to see to finish my sentence is price making higher highs and higher lows, respecting the EMA. Right now we are seeing that. I was wanting this to maybe tap the EMA, but it has respected it because it hasn't broke beneath it. So yeah, I would consider buying EU again. Thanks, Siam. Take our take our eyes onto this for a sec. It's great to see you guys taking note of things and actually learning price behaviour as I'm teaching it as well. I do notice it. I do notice. It's great to see. So yes, CM, absolutely right. Now we do have some form of high-low structure where the EMA is being used as confluence. We've had the Asian ranges both swept. So now we're looking to see where is price wanting to be drawn to next, and it would be this high here. So if we do have higher high, higher low, higher high, we would have this bearish bias. So this could be a play. Again, there's more that we need to see first. Would we take it from this low? See if those are the highs, or if it's going to push off higher again. So we broke the high. Take those off. Can EU break above these highs? Find this high up here. This is like the first exciting thing we've seen all day on this now. Now it's very bullish. Let's watch and see. We've actually now taken out this session range high, which was where I was looking to trade up to be honest, for this move. See what else we get. You might want to take this out. So we've got some decent bullish action on the euro now. Price is trading above the EMA, making higher highs and higher lows. So let's see if anything comes our way within this next 50 minutes or so. See what happens with this one. Just watch for now. Don't know if this is the actual high that's going to print or if it's going to keep pushing higher. Right, okay, so it looks like EU has taken that second session range out now, which was our second target. So yesterday's London has now been taken out for the highs. I think at this point it's very unlikely that we'll get a trade for the remainder of London. So I'm just going to maybe give it a few more minutes and we'll see how this this reacts from there. But this is probably our intraday session coming to a close. We'll see, give it some time. What we need is for a pullback into this zone and then a rejection and then an entry. So don't know if we've really got enough room in the trading range left for that, but we'll give it a few more minutes and that'll be a better judge. Right, okay, yeah, so we've gave it a few minutes and price just keeps pushing higher on the euro. So in terms of intraday trading, we're going to cut it here. So looking for this setup where we're using high highs, high lows, and the EMA and the fib, that is. I will continue trading and looking at the charts from a day trading perspective. So let's continue that over in the VIP group. I'm not going to be on live because obviously these setups are a little bit more slower, but we are looking to continue the day from a day trading perspective. So as always, much love guys, thanks for tuning into the lives. I hope you're learning a lot and just getting as much free value as you can from these videos. So please drop a like on the live if you do appreciate it. It helps YouTube to see that I'm doing something good and reach more people. So really appreciate that if you can. It takes 1 minute. But yeah, thanks a lot for making it this far guys. I know it's a little bit boring today, not too much action, but hopefully we get something out of these day trades that come our way. So keep an eye on them in the VIP group, and until then I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.